At the UN General Assembly, there was a draft prepared by Ukraine during yesterday's session. Demand Russian forces leave Ukrainian territory they occupy, and the end of the war. Now, this draft resolution has been put to a vote. Here, there were 93 votes in favor against 18 votes against. Those who voted against did so because they believed the draft was prepared against them. Russia says, "You entered from that small place, so let Russia say no to this." Which other country also rejected? The United States, too, turned down this proposition. The Serbian leader Vučić, who was among those who voted yes, apologized to his people. Meanwhile, Turkey also said yes. Let's underline that in accordance with international law. But after the Serbian leader said yes, see how he apologized to his people. In my opinion, we should have remained neutral on this matter, as I quite believe that Serbia has made a mistake. Consequently, I extend my apologies to the Serbian citizens, and I take responsibility for this. Maybe I'm tired, maybe I'm too busy and can't keep up with everything. We voted yes on the resolution proposal presented by Europe. As for the resolution proposal presented by the USA, we acted just as we should have and abstained. However, in my opinion, we should have also abstained on the European resolution proposal. Therefore, it is certain that I will lose my political support or points in Europe. However, I firmly believe that Serbia should refrain from voting. It is crucial to recall the events from the previous day. This is an incredible mess. In addition to Ukraine's proposal, the proposal submitted by the USA also, the term Russia-Ukraine conflict was amended to Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine by the Russian Federation. This was accepted. The USA abstained from voting on its own proposal. While the U.S. proposal was accepted with 93 votes against 8, 73 countries abstained. What do you say, Mr. Geezer? Once again, it's that confusion. Okay, Russia saying no is fine. But the U.S. saying no to this. Trump calling Zelensky a dictator. When questioned about calling Putin a dictator, he responded, "I am cautious with such terminology and do not employ it lightly." Isn't it like rejecting it? It's truly a complicated situation.
Extremely complicated. Now, on one hand, I've opened the voting chart and I'm looking at it, Ms. Sainer. Once again, I mean now. What does Trump say? He says, "I'm a negotiator." He repeated that yesterday at the meeting with Macron. He says, "I've been doing this since the beginning of my life. I mean, since the start of my working life. So now, okay, negotiate, but Russia and Ukraine, now you must maintain equal distance from both sides. If you are going to be an honest broker, that's the English term, but you are at such a point right now. How do you clearly position yourself towards Russia even before the parties sit at the negotiation table? I mean, this draft resolution is, to put it bluntly, utter nonsense. It's something that cannot happen. So we also need to look at those who abstained here. I mean, look here, you see, for example, some of America's allies, like these African countries, are fine. However, numerous nations refrain from taking part due to concerns over the United States, including some that receive support from Russia as well. Just imagine. Consider this, even if it's just one vote. Do you understand how this operates, Ms. Sainer? It shouldn't exceed 164 characters. In the end, a proposal is presented, and the permanent representation there consults its own capital. At this moment, during this voting process, believe me, stress has been experienced in all those capitals, regardless of how many countries participated. What shall we choose? Abstention, agreement, or dissent? What course of action would you suggest? Now, America has also presented a proposal, so what are we going to do? What should we say to which one? Can such a thing be possible? I mean, I clearly think that America has lost its neutrality in this process, because you adopt a highly inappropriate, undiplomatic manner. On the flip side, the original aggressor in the conflict is unmistakable regarding the outbreak of hostilities. Look, even within America, there was backlash from Republicans against Trump. For instance, whether we like Lindsey Graham or not, this is a war. He is a seasoned politician in his own right, a Republican, a senator. He said, yes, I support you, engage, but there is one clear thing. That is, the war was initiated by Russia, the aggressor, the real enemy here. He said the side acting hostile is Russia. Currently, you are overlooking all these aspects, yet proclaiming your intention to resolve this conflict occurring between the involved parties. Being in Zelensky's shoes right now is something I wouldn't desire. I genuinely believe that the Ukrainians are experiencing profound disappointment. Ultimately, the reason for the prolongation of this war was the backing of America and the West. Lloyd Austin, the previous defense secretary, repeatedly mentioned this himself, Miss Ur. Let's remind our viewers what he said. He claimed that our objective in persisting with this conflict is to gradually exhaust Russia. In other words, it's not about bringing democracy to Ukraine or liberating Ukraine's occupied territories, but about wearing down Russia. Now, in the end, we don't know the exact number, but many people have died on the Ukrainian side. Why did these people die? Why were millions of people displaced within the country? Ukraine is currently in a disastrous situation. I wouldn't want to be in Zelensky's place, nor truly in the Ukrainians, as they are in a tremendous state of demoralization. That's how I assess their situation. Negotiations done wrongly. When buying an apartment or purchasing a hotel, perhaps such things can be done, though they are not within my knowledge or expertise, but such things do not happen in international relations. It is crucial for Turkey and the European Union to provide clear intervention in this matter.